You know what that sound means, folks. That is another noon whistle. I'm Chris Stradier. Here's my partner, John Ansel. John, how you doing today?
I'm good. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Happy New Year to everybody.
Who's
What
with us?
an amazing group we got here. It looks like the people from Precision Plus. Welcome, Precision Plus.
Hi. Thanks for having us.
You're welcome. We're so excited to talk to you about what an amazing strategic partner Precision is with the Elkhorn Area School District. They have 2 youth apprentices in the audience from Elkhorn Area High School, #OneHeard. And we're going to do some quick, this is our first time, John, with a panel. I hope we don't blow it.
Why don't we first time we're outnumbered.
I know. Why don't we do some quick introductions? Amanda, we'll start with you, and you just walk right down go down the list.
Okay, sounds good. I'm Amanda Griffel. I'm the HR manager. Been here since April. It has been a great experience thus far. Love the team. So speaking of the team, going to have Matt start with his own introduction.
My name is Matt. I'm a manufacturing engineer here with Precision Plus, and I started with the team back in 2014, actually, as an intern, and have since gone to college, graduated, and started full-time in my current position.
I will say this, Matt, along with myself, is a graduate of Wilmot Union High School and UW Platteville. Go Pioneers.
I'm Ray Jargsdorf, the marketing coordinator here at Precision Plus. Along with Matt, I started as an intern. I started in 2020 and joined the team full-time this past May. So it's been a great experience thus far and making magic over here.
Okay, Stefan Brusky, Director of Education and Business Development here. I've been here about little over 2 years, with about 25 years in the industry. Love it here. It's a fantastic place.
Yeah, so I'm Jay. Hi. I'm one of the YAs here. I've probably been here for about three months.
3 months, around 3
4
months.
Yeah.
And my name's David, and I am a Elkhorn Area High School student, and I'm a marketing youth apprentice.
To the youth apprentices, are you both doing manufacturing, or one of you doing something else?
No, I'm doing stations on the floor, and David's doing marketing.
Well, and I bring that up because I think that's the power of the youth apprenticeship program for the Department of Workforce Development. Everybody thinks it's specifically in trades or manufacturing when there's actually a broad range of accounting, engineering, manufacturing, and different pathways that kids can embark on. But before we get into, I mean, not that any of our listeners don't know what Precision Plus is, come on, but let's just assume. So, Stefan, do you want to tell us a little bit about what Precision Plus manufactures?
So what Precision Plus manufactures are small precision machine components, usually out of metal, some kind of steel or brass or something like that. We serve many industries because we are a contract manufacturer. So what we do is we make parts for people who need parts made for their business or their customers. So if you needed a part made, you would contact Precision Plus, and they would decide if it's a good fit, and if it is, we would do that part for you. Some of the industries that we serve are medical, dental, defense, micromechanics, aerospace, any more that you guys can. Hydraulics, pneumatics, motion control, things like that.
So,
question for you. How far is your reach? Is it mainly Midwest, or do you reach well beyond the Midwest?
International and even worldwide.
Okay.
And
So
we're always diversifying our portfolio too. So we're not trying to put all of our eggs into one basket either. And COVID-19 was a huge eye opener for that. And we're really glad that we did diversify, because you saw some of the world shut down. So the aerospace industry wasn't our biggest client, but the medical side of things definitely boomed for obvious reasons. So it's always glad that diversifying your portfolio is probably key.
It is. It's very important. When one area is slow, the other one picks up, and vice versa.
So either Stefan, Ray, or Matt, tell us what are some trends you're seeing in manufacturing that not only are driving the industry forward, but also being embraced by Precision Plus.
As of late, we've actually started to get involved in some of the EV industry stuff. You're really starting to see that kind of boom, whether it's cooling systems within the batteries of the electric vehicles or the power stations themselves. So we're definitely starting to get into that industry a little bit. Obviously, there's going to be industries that are always booming. So it's just more so just the innovation that you see in a lot of typical industries like the industrial, whether it's farming and agriculture. You're starting to see a lot of innovation for electric-based machinery and vehicles in that realm of things. So
there's always innovations with medical. So the medical industry is always advancing. So therefore, we see a lot of that as well.
It's cool to hear you guys talk about how nimble and flexible and how you have to kind of already be ready to pivot, as industry and technology change. I remember speaking to the president, Mr. Mike Reeder, about the COVID and how you had to pivot. Like it felt like he described it as almost like I had to flip the entire manufacturing process to address the what were they, the oxygen and breathing mechanisms that people were using in hospitals, oxygen supply. Amanda, tell us a little bit, obviously that's a good, we only have so much time and you guys could probably talk forever. There's obviously, you guys are doing, manufacturing, you're always inviting partners, you're always showcasing your industry, your talent. You market very well. Great job, Ray, and the entire company. But Amanda, tell us a little bit. I know you guys as like one of the best embracers, partners when it comes to youth apprentices of Walworth County students. Talk to me a little bit about that journey and how you arrived at being such a really a kind of a magnet and one of the largest industries that take on youth apprenticeships or employers, I should say.
Yeah. Well, first, Chris, thank you, because that was some really kind words.
Yeah, you can cut that. That's one for you, Ray, out of the MP4 file.
And I have to say, I've been here for about 8 months, so I can't take a whole lot of the credit. Really, that started with the 3 generations of the Reeder family that are in the building today, which is also super impressive. So Mike J. Reeder, the president, has always had, the community at the forefront. And so he wanted to do something with the schools, make a curriculum. So back in 2013, the inception of the YA program kind of came around. He actually worked with a well-known educator at Elkhorn High School, Barry Butters. Some may be familiar with the name.
He was my algebra teacher in 1988.
Wow. Crazy how that comes full circle. So
yeah.
So they developed a curriculum, and really since then we've been able to utilize that as the base, and we've continued, of course, to grow and develop that program. But it's extremely important, I believe, in today's the labor market is a little tight. So to have a program like this to create a pipeline of engaged students that come through our doors is extremely important and really beneficial to growing our team. We have an Earn While You Learn program. So of course these students are getting paid to have this experience, get real world life work experience. And we're able to mold and develop these students, and hopefully it turns out to be a long-term career and they choose to stay with us is always the goal. And as you can see in this room, 4 out of the 6 that are in this room are interns, 2 of which are full-time employees. So
Amanda, I have a question for you.
Sure.
So you mentioned the Reeders are there today, correct?
Correct.
So would it be possible, while I want to ask the 2 youth apprenticeship students a question or 2, and I have one from one of our listeners that they want to ask. Could you bring the Reeders to the room? Are they available to come into the room?
Is Phil here?
Phil might be gone, but Mike P is still here.
Yeah, well, Mike J. So Mike J. President spends some of his time in Florida.
Okay.
So, lucky for him, he's in Florida, staying nice and warm. Unless we could like get him in on this call. But anyways, Mike P. Reeder, who is his son, is our VP of engineering, and he is here, so we could find him.
Yeah, we'd love to say hi to him.
Okay. Who wants to hunt him down?
All right, my question for the youth apprenticeship students. So each of you take just 30 seconds to capture the value of doing this apprenticeship. Don't look at each other. Someone's got to go first.
So could you repeat that for them, John?
Yeah, the value of the youth apprenticeship. Like, what if I said, "Hey, why are you doing this? Like, what's the value of you doing this youth apprenticeship?" What would you say?
So I really think that it's really important to build networks and communicate with people. That's a very important skill to have. And doing a YA like this really gets you exposed not only to the nature of how the actual floor is, how everything actually works, but like building those relationships with people, learning how to talk to them, and learn from them. So
Great job.
Yeah, awesome.
Perfect.
And then what I really get out of it is being able to apply what I've learned in other jobs and as well as school to a real world job and kind of build from that. And it's also really cool to kind of, like at Precision, I would have never thought I would have been here learning marketing. I've always, thought they make parts, but they have a lot of other doors that you can definitely explore and learn from. And there's a lot to kind of build from.
Well, congratulations to both of you. I think this is a great step, and good for you for taking the initiative. And one of our listeners, Amy, said, how did you guys learn about the opportunity at Precision Plus?
Well, me personally, I learned.
Your situation was so funny. I'm sorry.
So yeah, I was actually talking to my guidance counselor, wanting to know about job opportunities in college, and they, one of the administration at the school, Joanne Pella, actually told me that they were gonna come and interview someone else for YA, and asked me if I wanted to get into it, and so I said, sure, of course. And that's technically how I ended up meeting them, but it's
So you basically hijacked somebody's interview.
Hey.
No, I'm just kidding. It worked out so nice. Like we went there to interview a student about an opportunity who is also, that student is also a YA. Jake Pody, not afraid to say his name. And then it was just funny because we planned to go there for one, and we ended up getting two out of the situation because Jake joined us, and that was my first ever dual interview. So that was interesting.
But that's life, isn't it? It's like luck is putting yourself in a position to take advantage of opportunity, and you did it. How about you, David? Now, both of you guys are from Elkhorn, correct?
Yeah.
Elkhorn High School. All right, David, let us have it.
Well, I actually found out about it. I just kind of was in school, and one of my teachers said I should go to this IMTS convention that Precision Plus sponsors biannually. It takes a bunch of students down to a giant convention, and you can learn all about manufacturing. And I just kind of went to kind of find out about it. And I actually saw Ray running around taking pictures, doing his job. And I kind of just mentioned it to one of my teachers that, that's what I wanted. That's really cool. And it ended up kind of just starting that conversation, and then ended up to where I am now.
Excellent.
So I'm gonna, so when we post these noon whistles, they go out to our social media sites in advance, and I shared, Ray, with you that I kind of forwarded my own message, but I think a big part of that is the reason I did that is because whether it's Amy who's on and you can see her comment, her questions, and her response, but I think I obviously talk to a lot of employers, and Amanda, you mentioned this, that it's an employee market. Tell me how the YA program has impacted Precision Plus, and what recommendations would you have for other employers who may want to enter the DWD or youth apprenticeship or internship field?
I definitely think on like a community standpoint, it helps us stay active in the community and get involved and build those relationships with our local community and our educational partners. It also helps with branding, obviously on the marketing side of things, getting our name out there in a variety of ways, whether that's attending a career fair or doing, tours and mock interviews at the school. All those things, they really are truly important in helping to build that brand, build your talent pool, and then get in the end, you hopefully get your YAs through those opportunities as well. Remind me of the second part of that question.
No, I think you answered it. I think you answered, because the second part was like, what recommendations would you have for employers? I guess to me, what I mean is, I interact with employers who maybe are not familiar as Precision and have the kind of more culturalized, institutionalized YA program. What would be a good starting point for somebody who's never entered into possibly hiring a student learner?
Yeah, the best way and how I learned, actually, it was through Joanne Pella. So getting in touch with the school's CTE coordinators. And remind me again what that stands for, because I should know.
Career and technical education.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
With them, they can really help guide you, because then they'll give you all the information on the DWD information, the packets and the pathways to focus on with students. They'll also help then if you build that connection, like with the Joanne Pella from Elkhorn CTE coordinator. Then you get, she knows about what you guys do and what you can offer to the students. And then that builds that starts building that pipeline. So then Joanne we don't even have to reach out to Joanne. Joanne reaches out to us and says, hey, I have a student for you that I think would be great for you. So the first thing is just, I've gone on directories for different school districts and just search for their CTE coordinator, put it in my contact list, and I'll just reach out to them and say, hey, if you have students, please know we're open to youth apprenticeship opportunities. Let's have a conversation, and then the work is done.
Yep. And I think before we bring in Mike P, I know, John, you wanted to bring in the VP of engineering.
I do.
I don't know where you were going with that, so I apologize, Precision Plus, but this is part of the noon whistle. But I think I just want to build upon that, and Ray, feel free in 30 seconds to respond to this. The marketing and branding / networking, when it comes to having a direct connection to schools, I think is pretty significant. Because look at here, we're going to send this out via YouTube. People are going to know you're telling your story. We're going to share this with the Elkhorn Area School District, which is going to reach 400 employees and how many kids. Ray, anything to build upon that, as just build upon what Amanda and I just added to that? Why?
So absolutely. We came to Elkhorn right before Manufacturing Day, and kind of were advertising our Manufacturing Day and Youth Apprentice signing ceremony, and just getting in front of the students. So it's not just here's an advertisement card for our event. It's getting in front of the students is what really resonates with them, whether it's in person, on social media. And that's why a lot of manufacturing companies right now don't really have that social media presence. And that's why we feel it's really important to have that, because that's where the youth is at. And that's where your company, your biggest branding incentive is at, is social media, just because of how many eyes it gets on. Like just with this podcast itself, like it's crazy how far the reach is on different channels and outlets like this.
Yep. John, you're up with inviting a guest in.
It's Mr. Reedy, here he comes around the court.
Coming from the left.
Hey, good to see you.
Here.
How you doing?
Well, there we go. We can see him now. Thank you for stopping in the room. Before we close out, we always do a thank you or thankful for something. I just wanted to thank you for allowing your employees and your youth apprenticeships time to do this today. And thank you for your wonderful partnership with Elkhorn High School.
It's been a long road and a fun road. And it doesn't happen without a great team of people at the school district. And I can't say that we've ever worked with a better group of folks. So we're happy to do it. It's been good for all of us, good for all the kids that have been able to make it through the building, and just keep hoping to make it better every year.
Yeah, you guys are a great asset to the community. And a little fun fact, I don't know if you remember the first time you and I met.
Uh-oh.
Wait, are we thinking of Mike J or Mike P?
No, you're first time I met you, you were a young man racing your go-kart around Precision Plus in the brand new parking lot. And you exceeded the parking lot and ended up driving up and down the roads. And in my previous profession, we ran into each other.
Well, if that's all it was, I'll take it.
It was all good.
Hey, Mike,
It's
you're like
that
this.
Yeah, it was all good.
Yeah.
It was all good. So congrats to you and your company, and thank all of you for taking some time today. Because Chris, I think that whistle's going to go off.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow. I have one little last question for our youth apprentices.
All right.
Would you recommend this to other students, and why? You got 30 seconds each. Go.
Yep, I would do it 100%. Yeah, I mean, it's just a great environment. The people, I mean, the pay is great. I mean, internship.
We did not give them a.
And one more.
David?
Yeah, 100%. There's a lot to build from, and you can learn a lot. And the people here are just really great. It's a very fun environment. It's not like I'm just sitting here and like typing away. It's very fun, and yeah, I would definitely recommend it.
All right. Well, we thank you. My thanks is to Precision Plus also for being a great partner. And Amanda, when you said 2013, that was the launch point. I sat at that table. It was one of the first meetings I had as a high school principal, and I was charged with a lot of things, and I had no idea what I was going to do. But the partnership evolved, and it's not because of me. It's because of great people and great leaders and everybody working together to do what's right for kids and local employers. And we thank you for everything you're doing. And with that,
See you guys.
thank you so much. Have a great day.